What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to be taking a look at the charts, starting out with Bitcoin. Then we're going to go on to NASDAQ, Dow, and S&P. Also, we'll be taking a look at the DXY, oil, and XRP at the end. So definitely stick around for the whole video. It does look like traditional markets may have hit the top. So we've had these targets, which we're going to go over. So definitely stick around for that. We'll see what these targets are. Now, if these resistance levels break, then we may have another big spike to the upside for traditional markets, but it is looking like we are right at that resistance. We've had these targets for months on traditional markets, so let's take a look at where those are at. Everybody's sentiment is getting extremely bullish, like the melt up theory and all that stuff. So let's take a look at the markets, where they're at, starting out with Bitcoin. You guys can check yesterday's video on this 5-wave bubble pop pattern count. This is not a 5-wave Elliott wave, right? This is a 5-wave bubble pop. Right here would be the invalidation point for that, and that is around 32.8 right here, this low right here, which is wave 1. Wave 4 shouldn't go above wave 1. But I have showed you the weekly hidden bearish divergence in the white, weekly divergence, bearish divergence in the yellow. Now let's take a look at the 4-hour. This is where we're at. Like I'd said, if we did get this spike down here, probably got some people to short below here, came back up, stopped them out. I'm still in my shorts from 31,417 and many more laddered in right now. I'm just a little bit in the profits, but if this thing goes down, it will be massive gains. If we go up, I'll get stopped out. Like I said, I'd look for 32.8-ish range, between 32 and 32.8. I'll probably just keep laddering in, to be honest, even if we do continue up. But we did break this bottom trend line. Remember yesterday, I said if we get a 4-hour open and close below there. So as you can see, we didn't get our 4-hour open and close on a single candle. If we do get that, I'm looking for the target of 27.5. As you guys know, I still think the bottom of this market will be sometime the end of this year, September, October-ish. Maybe it could drag on a little bit longer, but either way, I do think we do see new lows for this market, much lower lows, right? So if you guys are interested in trading before we go into the daily and then look at traditional markets, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Do you think we're going to break all the resistance in traditionals, or do you think we're going to continue down from here? It does look like there is a good possibility. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor and there's no guarantees in any markets, but it does look like the markets may have topped, and I'll show you why here in a few. But before we go into that, check out my sponsor, Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like the other scammy crypto exchanges. You can also trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones. The link is down below in the description. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. So same thing on the daily. We looked at this. Remember, there is a possibility for a big spike up. Remember back here, after we thought the tops were in, you get a big spike up before a capitulation. Now, be aware that could happen here. Doesn't have to, but it is still a possibility to keep in mind, right? Big spike up here before continuation to the downside. Either way, I still think we have a lot further down to go. If we've topped out here, our 618 would be around 21.7, and that would be sometime in the middle or end of August. Probably get a bounce off that rally and then continue down to our lows. Like I said, I still believe we'll see 37 to 9,700 by the end of the year. So let's take a look at one more weekly chart. Looking at this as a falling wedge, still target 37 to 9,700 range. Now, let's take a look at the Amazon compared to Bitcoin. This is what bubbles look like when they pop. You always have a false bottom with a 100% rally before continuing down to new lows, just like we're getting right here. Same thing. I don't think this is actually a reversal right here. I think this is just a false bottom, only to come back down and make new lower lows. Same thing we've seen over here in Nintendo. Same thing over and over, guys. Market patterns will save you, right? So As you can see, they always return to where they began. This is Sony. Same type thing. Everyone gets super bullish, calling the bottom 50 million times before the bottom's actually in. Usually by this time, people give up and the market gets stagnant for many years. BNB. So here's our BNB compared to FTT chart we've been looking at. Now this gets invalidated if we get back up above this trend line here, which is around 320. But it does look like we've topped out. We've came back to retest the bottom of this triangle, only to make new lower lows. Here's the targets on that. We hit our retest at 262, exactly as expected. Now we're in this triangle again, right? So if this breaks down, our first target is going to be 196. That breaks 147, and then we have 68. If this 68 breaks, it's bad news for Binance. Tesla, we have hit our target up top, right? That was just a retest of when the bubble popped. Come back up for a retest, 298.19. Now, if we get above that and hold support, that will invalidate this. But nevertheless, we called this way back here at the break. These were my targets, 151, 106, and 49. We got our bounce off 106. We've came back for the retest. If this holds as resistance, I still am a buyer around 40 to 50 bucks for Tesla. Same thing. Here we go. Dow, we did get our target a little above it. Let's see where this closes today, but this is the 0.786 retrace of this down move. And then a continuation to the downside if it cannot break up and hold the 35.2, right? Does look like we've topped out here. Let's look at the S&P. Remember, these targets are months and months old, right? So this is where we were looking for a retest. We did get our retest. Now, will it break above there and be bullish? Today, we'll probably find out. We could get a wick above, but a close below here, most likely, guys, we're going to continue to the downside, to down to much lower lows for actually, let's see, this was October. So yeah, it would be new lows for the year by the end of the year. Let's look at NASDAQ. That was the S&P. Here's NASDAQ. Same thing, guys. Looks like we nailed this. But remember, now if this resistance breaks, it could get very bullish for the near term. But right now, we are still getting resistance. Do we get a black swan? Some bad news? Some more bank bail or more bank failures? What's going to happen here? I can't tell you, but what the charts are saying, there's a good possibility that all markets topped here. DXY does look like it's in a falling wedge here. Does look like it's breaking back up. Does look like we may have bottomed here. You can see also down here in the RSI. If that's the case, we have much higher to go for this rally for DXY. And if you look here, I've showed you every time it has a reversal, it is in a big falling wedge. Now, if that's the case, we have one more low to go here before continuing to the upside. We'll see what happens there. Oil, also a very old chart. We had called this 62.70 way back here in July of 22. Nailed it. And I said, watch for us to come to this trend line here. Bounce around. You can check my videos from way back when. Come back down for a retest of 62. Maybe get a little rally up. If that 62 breaks, we're looking for around a $27 oil. XRP. So looking at this, as you can see, the yellow line up here goes on the wicks on the weekly. The white line is the daily closes for the candles. So at the highest I see XRP going would get us up to around 102. So $1 to $1.02 somewhere. If it rallies up anymore, right? That's where I would be looking. Otherwise, we get a weekly close below this 74 cents. Most likely headed back down. And as you guys know, I just look at XRP, how it reacts, right? It always has some crazy news. Back here, it was Google was adopting it. This was 21. I don't even remember what the hell the news was to get it to spike. Same thing. We just got another one. But look, they just keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker. This will probably just turn around again, come back down for a retest of this 4 cent range. Guys, I know people don't like to hear it, but I just show you what the charts are saying. So far, all these charts have been playing out beautifully. So be careful. If you are trading out there, make sure you use stops. don't get caught into the FOMO pumps, just like this FOMO pump here, this FOMO pump here, and this FOMO pump here. Be careful, guys. Make sure you smash those likes. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily updates. Check my links down below to help support the channel. Check out the videos up top. There is a Prime XBT tutorial. Shows you where to put in your promo codes. And take it easy, guys. I'm out. I'll see you in the next video.